Something out there just broke the laws of physics. An object speeding through our solar system moved in a way nothing natural should. No gravity, no sunlight, yet it accelerated. Scientists are scrambling to explain it. Instruments rechecked, data confirmed, and still no answers. Even experts from one of the world's top universities are quietly admitting this thing defies everything we know about space. By the end, you'll see why some believe it might not be natural at all.
It happened on October 29, 2025. As the object known as Atlas swept past the sun, telescopes around the world locked onto it, waiting for confirmation that everything was behaving as predicted. But it wasn't. What scientists saw next left even seasoned astronomers stunned. The ALMA observatory in Chile detected that Atlas was off course. Not by much, just 4 arcseconds. But in cosmic terms, that's massive. It's like throwing a dart from New York and having it land a few streets off target in London. That tiny deviation meant something incredible. Atlas wasn't following the path gravity alone would dictate. Some unseen force was pushing it, a non-gravitational acceleration, something that shouldn't happen to a natural comet. At first, researchers thought it might be outgassing, when heat from the sun vaporizes ice inside a comet, releasing jets of gas that nudge it slightly. But Atlas didn't show the debris, dust, or vapor that should come with it. No outgassing, no visible tail, nothing to explain the movement. Something invisible had shoved a billion-ton object through space. Even stranger, during that same period, multiple solar observatories, SOHO, Stereo, and GO-19 picked up an unexpected surge in brightness. Atlas flared, glowing bluer than our sun. No one had ever seen a comet do that. The data didn't fit any known pattern, and for scientists who live and breathe precision, that's the kind of anomaly that keeps you up at night. It was clear now, Atlas wasn't just another icy wanderer brushing past our star. It was something else, something that didn't obey the same rules as everything around it. And as astronomers scrambled to explain the impossible, a quiet question began spreading through the scientific community. What exactly is this thing? But this wasn't the first time Atlas refused to behave like a normal comet.
To understand why scientists are so obsessed with Atlas, you have to go back to the beginning, the moment it first appeared on their radar. When Atlas was initially detected, astronomers assumed it was just another comet from the outer solar system. Nothing unusual, nothing groundbreaking. But within days, the numbers started acting weird. Its path wasn't looping around the sun like a typical comet. Instead, it was cutting straight through the solar system, a trajectory that screamed interstellar. That made Atlas only the 3rd confirmed interstellar object ever observed. The first was the famous Oumuamua in 2017, a cigar-shaped mystery that spun faster than expected. The second was Comet Borisov in 2019, more typical, icy, and natural, but Atlas didn't fit anywhere on that chart. Its size alone made it a cosmic outlier. While Oumuamua was barely the size of a city block, Atlas was estimated to be nearly 1 million times more massive. To put that in perspective, if Oumuamua were a ping pong ball, Atlas would be a multi-storied building drifting through space. Massive, dense, and moving fast. And that combination shouldn't exist. Statistically, the odds of an interstellar object being both that large and that fast are less than 0.1%, practically impossible. Yet here it was, defying probability, gliding through our neighborhood like it didn't care about the rules. Researchers tried to trace where it came from, running models backward through time, but no known star system matched its path. It wasn't launched from a known orbit, and it didn't behave like debris from a typical collision. It just appeared. That mystery, An enormous object, traveling impossibly fast from an unknown origin, turned Atlas from a routine discovery into one of the most puzzling astronomical events in decades. And if that wasn't enough, what scientists uncovered next would make it even harder to explain, because the anomalies were only beginning to pile up.
As more data came in, Atlas went from fascinating to flat-out unbelievable. Every new observation added another layer to the mystery, and before long, scientists had compiled a list of anomalies that no natural object should ever have. The first red flag? Its trajectory. Atlas was moving against the flow of the planets, a retrograde path perfectly aligned within just 5 degrees of the solar system's plane. Imagine throwing a basketball backward across a court and watching it swish perfectly through the hoop. That's how unlikely this orbit was. Then came the second anomaly, the jet. Between July and August, Atlas began releasing a stream of material that pointed directly toward the sun. That's the opposite of how comets behave. Normally, solar radiation pushes gas and dust away from the star, forming a bright tail that trails behind. Atlas broke that rule completely, creating what scientists now call an anti-tail. Next, the third anomaly, its sheer size and speed. Larger objects are supposed to move slower, but Atlas was doing both, huge and incredibly fast. The odds of that combination existing naturally, less than 1 in 1,000. The fourth was its metallic composition. Spectroscopic data showed an unusually high ratio of nickel to iron, closer to industrial alloys than natural rock. It was as if the thing had been built, not formed. The fifth anomaly left everyone stunned. Almost no water. Comets are usually frozen time capsules, made mostly of ice. Atlas? Only 4% water by mass. A rock pretending to be ice, cruising through space. And then came the sixth, its direction of origin. Atlas entered our solar system from nearly the same region where the mysterious WOW signal was detected back in 1977, the strongest unexplained radio signal ever recorded. Each anomaly alone might have been dismissed, but together, they paint a picture that doesn't fit anything in current astronomy. Still, the latest discovery, the one scientists found during its recent pass near the sun, might be the strangest of all, because it's the latest anomaly that's left scientists truly speechless.
When the ALMA telescope confirmed that Atlas was 4 arcseconds off its predicted path, scientists thought it had to be a calculation error. But after every check, every recalibration, the result was the same. Atlas was being pushed by something invisible. To anyone unfamiliar with space mechanics, that might not sound like much, but in astronomy, 4 arcseconds is huge. It means a force, one that shouldn't exist, was acting on a billion-ton object millions of kilometers away. The first explanation seemed obvious. Maybe it was venting gas, like a normal comet heating up near the sun. That could create a small thrust, nudging it off course. But there was a problem. No outgassing was detected. No dust, no vapor, no tail, nothing. And that led to the mass loss paradox. If Atlas had moved this far from solar heating alone, it would have needed to lose around 15% of its total mass. That's more than 5 billion tons of material. But telescopes scanning the surrounding space found no debris, no scattered particles, nothing to suggest it had shed even a fraction of that. So how is it accelerating? What invisible hand was pushing it through space without leaving a trace? Researchers started to split into camps. Some insisted there must be a natural explanation, a hidden material property, a new kind of reaction we haven't seen before. Others quietly admitted the data didn't fit any known physical model. All eyes are now on one date, December 19, 2025. That's when Atlas will make its closest pass to Earth, the moment that could finally reveal the truth. If the missing debris cloud doesn't appear, it means we're dealing with something that breaks the rules of comet physics entirely, something that shouldn't exist. And as that day approaches, tension in the scientific world is building fast, because not everyone thinks this story ends with simple physics.
As Atlas continued to defy explanation, one name kept resurfacing in headlines and scientific circles alike: a professor from Harvard who's no stranger to controversy. Avi Loeb. An astrophysicist known for challenging convention, Loeb has spent years pushing the boundaries of how we think about the cosmos. He's not a fringe theorist, but a respected academic with decades of published research, and he's been here before, back when he suggested that another interstellar object, Oumuamua, might not have been entirely natural. Now, Loeb is turning his attention to Atlas. But he's careful with his words. He's not declaring it's alien or artificial. Instead, he's saying something even more unsettling. Our understanding of physics might be incomplete. According to Loeb, when data stops fitting our theories, it's not the data that's wrong, it's our assumptions. And right now, Atlas is exposing the limits of those assumptions. Of course, not everyone agrees. Many scientists believe Loeb's ideas lean too far into speculation, arguing that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. To them, the anomalies are fascinating, yes, but not proof of anything beyond nature's extremes. But others quietly admit he might have a point. After all, science has a long history of ridiculing the pioneers who dared to question the status quo. Galileo was mocked for saying Earth moved around the sun. Einstein was doubted when he proposed relativity. Each time, skepticism gave way to discovery. Loeb's stance isn't about chasing science fiction. It's about refusing to look away from data that refuses to behave. He's asking the questions most are afraid to voice. What if we're witnessing a type of object we've never seen before? What if nature itself is stranger than we've dared to imagine? Whether he's right or wrong, one thing's certain. His involvement has turned Atlas from an obscure comet into a scientific flashpoint. And as December draws near, that debate is only getting louder.
The closer Atlas drifts toward Earth, the heavier the questions become. Because what's at stake here isn't just a single discovery, it's our entire understanding of how the universe works. If Atlas turns out to be not natural, the implications are almost impossible to grasp. It would mean that somewhere out there, beyond the reach of our telescopes, a civilization advanced enough to send technology across interstellar space actually exists. Not just life, but intelligence, engineers, architects of something that can travel light years and still move with precision when it reaches another star system. For humanity, that realization would change everything: science, philosophy, religion, even how we see ourselves. We'd no longer wonder if we're alone. We'd know. But even if the final answer is different, even if Atlas is entirely natural, something born of physics we don't yet understand, it would still be historic. A new type of celestial body, a category that doesn't fit the rules of comets or asteroids. A discovery that forces textbooks to be rewritten and theories to be reworked from the ground up. Either outcome leads to the same truth. We're standing on the edge of a scientific revolution. No matter what they find, debris or none, explanation or mystery, Atlas has already done something extraordinary. It's forced humanity to look up again, to question what's possible, and to admit that maybe we still understand only a fraction of what's really out there. Whatever it is, Atlas is making us question everything we thought we knew about the cosmos and about ourselves.
Atlas isn't just another comet. It's a mystery that's breaking science as we know it. Every observation raises new questions, and the truth is, no one really knows what's pushing it. If it's natural, we're looking at a new kind of object, one that could redefine how interstellar matter behaves. But if it's not, then something or someone made it that way. Either way, December 19th, 2025 is the moment of truth. When Atlas passes close to Earth, the data could finally reveal what's really going on out there. So what do you think? Is Atlas a rare natural phenomenon or something entirely different? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because the next update on Atlas might just change everything.